Welcome to the 2017-18 course registration for 7th grade students here at Mason Middle School. You are watching this video because you currently have a 6th grade student that is enrolled at Mason Intermediate, and you are preparing to register for courses for the upcoming school year. Before we get started with the process, I want to share with you some important dates and information. This past Friday, an email was sent out to you, the parents of a 6th grade student, that included course descriptions complete with video links to the courses themselves. This is very important, and it is important for you to take the time to sit down with your child, review all of the course information, and know what kind of courses we offer here at the 7th grade. This way, when you do the course registration starting on March 15th, you will know exactly what you want to select and place your child in. So please take the time and read through that. On Friday, March 10th, we will send out an email to all of the 6th grade parents that will include the 7th grade course registration. What you need to know and understand is that if you attempt to open and register your child for courses on Friday, March 10th, you will not have the opportunity to do it. It will be closed. Course registration will not open up until Wednesday, March 15th at 7 a.m. So once you receive that email on March 10th, on Friday, please do not delete it. Make sure you hang on to it. If you don't, for some reason, receive that, you may want to check with the counselors and Mason Intermediate School to see if your email address is up to date in our system. As far as Tuesday, March 14th, Mason Middle School will be holding transition meetings for 6th grade parents. There will be 2 meetings, one at 8:30 a.m. as well as one at 7 p.m., and it will occur in the Mason Middle School auditorium. If you are unable to attend either one of those meetings, the information will be posted online for your access to read. Again, registration will begin on Wednesday, March 15th at 7 a.m. This is important to know because there are a few courses that are part of our registration that will close out because there are only a select number of students that can enroll in it, and you will hear about that later in this video. All right, we'll get started. So what you see on the screen is an email. I have sent the attachment to myself. So as a parent, you will open up the email. When you open it, you will see Google Forms, and you will see the button to fill out the form for the 7th grade course registration. So once you click on this, it'll pop up a new window. If you do not have the new window open up, please check your pop-up blocker and disable it to make sure that this occurs for you. Once you are able to open this up, then you just simply go through and fill in the information. The first thing that is probably the most important information is the email address it is asking for. Please do not put your student's email address. This is your email address as a parent, because this email address is where the confirmation email will be sent to that will describe all the courses that you selected for your child. After that, put in your child's first name, put in your child's last name, and probably most important, put your child ID number in the section listed. Once you get that filled out, you will notice there's a section identified as academic courses. In this area, you'll realize that there is no selection here. Your child's academic courses have been selected for them. If you have a child that is currently enrolled in Honors Math, then the course that will show up that will reflect Honors Math will be 703A, Honors Intro to Algebra. If your child is accelerated, then the next course in that sequence would then be 803A. I'm sorry, it would be Algebra 1 for that course. So you will see that, and it will vary based on your child's background. If your child is scheduled to take the honors placement test in this spring and it does pass the test and qualifies for Honors Math, then you will get that information and we will adjust your child's schedule in accordance. Once you move on to then, you will see the fine arts selection. These courses run all year long, and they alternate day 1, day 2 with physical education. So whatever course you choose, if you choose visual art, you may have your child will have visual art on day 1 or day 2, and then opposite of that would be the physical education class. So we'll go through, we'll check orchestra here just as an option. The next selection you move into is the innovation elective. Your child needs to select one of these three innovation courses. One course within this, the coding and robotics course, has a limited number of seats. Thus, if you are interested in getting coding robotics, you need to register. The sooner the better. If the course is closed, it will indicate on your request sheet that it has been closed, and there is no waiting list that will be an option. So we'll sit here, we'll make our selection, and then we move on to the next area, Spanish and the visual art elective. Again, we run into a course that has a limited number of seats, the Introduction to Spanish 1. This is the course that is a prerequisite for your child to take Spanish 1 in the 8th grade. If your child is unable to get into this course, there is no loss in this because the child will be able to take it at the high school level. Thus, again, if you are interested in taking Introduction to Spanish, then you need to register as early as possible to get in. If you are not able to and the course closes, it will indicate then as far as the selection as a waiting list for potentially any student if there are openings that occur. So once we sit here, we make the selection, then we go down to the bottom and we select next. The next section that opens up then is the academic enrichment courses. In this section, you will see that your child has 7 courses to select from. But of those 7 courses that they're going to rank, they will only be scheduled into 2 courses. Each course will be 1 semester in length. So it is important that you go through and you select them because for most of you, your student will get their first 2 selections, but sometimes there are issues that occur when we are registering the other courses and getting all of the classes in. Thus, we would have to go to their 3rd or 4th selection in the process. So as you go through, make sure you select through, and you will notice down at the bottom here, it will tell you that this question requires 1 response per row. So you got to make sure that you don't put in a response in 2 rows or 2 responses in the same row, but make sure you fill in each course with a selection. So looking at this, in this selection here, the first selection is exploration and historical research, and the second selection would be the research period for the 2nd semester. In case I was unable to get either one of those courses, then my 3rd selection would be problem solving using mathematical practices. So important to make sure that you select all of those. Once this has been completed, it'll allow you to click next. Now that you get to the last portion of this, it's probably one of the most important pieces. This is requesting if you want a confirmation email. You must select, send me a copy of my responses before you get this, before you hit submit. If you don't, you will not get a confirmation email indicating what you registered for. So once you have done this, then you hit your submit button, and then immediately there will be an email that is sent back to your email address. So if I go back here to my inbox, you will notice it'll be indicated as Google Forms and 7th grade course registration. So when you open that email, it'll give you email address, the name that you put in, the ID number, obviously the list of academic courses. Then it will indicate to you what you selected for your fine arts selection, your innovation elective, your Spanish/visual art elective, and then it'll indicate how you ranked your academic enrichment courses. This is something that you probably want to print off and save so that when it comes time in August, when you're picking up your child's schedule during orientation, you'll be able to compare that to if you have any questions. As always, if you run into any problems, please take the opportunity to reach out to your 6th grade counselor. They should be able to answer any questions. If not, they will guide you in the correct and get you linked up with the correct person. Thank you.